Fans of History Channel's American Pickers have always loved the antics of the show's former co-host Frank Fritz. For over a decade, viewers tune in to witness the reality star dig through basements, attics, and garages across the United States in search of valuable collectibles. While everything seemed great between Fritz and Mike Wolfe, fans didn't realize there was a huge conflict brewing behind the scenes. This would eventually cause Fritz to be fired and lead to a huge change in the cast of the show. So, what's the truth behind Frank Fritz leaving the show? Let's find out in today's video. Frank Fritz's interest in antiquing began as a kid when he began collecting staples. From there, his passion for collection only escalated when he began collecting beer cans, stamps, coins, and razor blades. Fritz continued to collect as he grew up, moving on to big-ticket items like motorcycles, dirt bikes, and different types of memorabilia. However, despite his passion for collecting antiques, he didn't pursue it as a career after graduating. He wouldn't start his journey into professional picking until 25 years later. So, what did he do all those years? Well, Fritz worked as a fire inspector in Iowa for nearly 25 years before hitting the road to look for hidden treasures once again. Over those 25 years, however, he continued collecting firehouse memorabilia and equipment, which gave him the brilliant idea to sell his collectibles for a large profit. That realization led him eventually to take antiquing seriously as a career. He finally opened his own antiques shop in Illinois called Frank Finds, which is operational to this day. All of this led to his days on TV, which eventually led to his fallout with his on-screen bestie, Mike Wolfe. Now, you'll be surprised to learn that the two were great friends. Mike, like Fritz, also had a passion for collecting. Also, it was Mike who pitched the idea of a show to various networks. Mike basically did all the hard work, including convincing Fritz to join him in his videos and leave his store. Thankfully, Fritz agreed, and we got to see the duo making incredible finds together over the decade. The Picker duo unearthed a wide variety of artifacts, including $5 fishing reels and replicas of Yoda from Star Wars. The audience loved to see their favorite cross-country collectors go about their day. These two shared a strong chemistry on the show. Fans love Fritz's fun-loving passions for vintage toys, cans, and memorabilia in contrast to Mike Wolfe's more simple style. Frank won over the audience, elevating the show season after season. But what made him leave the show all of a sudden and without an explanation? Many believe that the relationship between Fritz and Wolfe had turned sour. It turns out that it was exactly the case. In an interview, Fritz described Wolfe as arrogant and mentioned that they hadn't talked in a while. He confessed that he did take a break from American Pickers due to personal reasons, but he was surprised by the announcement that he would no longer be a part of the show. In fact, Fritz mentioned that Wolfe never called to check on him following his back surgery. Now, we aren't sure if Wolfe had a part to play in Fritz getting booted from the show. However, one thing is clear. Fritz had plenty of health issues to deal with. The reality star made his ongoing health problems quite public, particularly his struggle with Crohn's disease. Following a brief gap between season 8 and 9, fans were concerned with his weight loss. To dispel any rumors, Fritz confirmed that he had the disease. He opened up about how he had to change his diet to manage his symptoms. But that's not all of his troubles. Frank has also opened up about his anxiety, which has led him to getting in trouble with the law. Back in 2017, Iowa State Police filed multiple calls about a silver truck traveling the wrong way on Interstate 80. An officer spotted the vehicle and after seeing it meander into the shoulder and across the center lane, pulled over the driver. Operating the truck was the American Pickers star. Fritz failed a sobriety test and was charged with operating while intoxicated. Fritz ultimately entered a guilty plea and was sentenced to a $625 fine, substance education courses, and a year of unsupervised probation. He even went into rehab to control his addiction. It seems that Fritz had a tough time since getting fired. However, his problems only got worse in 2022. In July 2022, Fritz suffered a stroke. Following hospitalization for a month, he was checked into a physical rehabilitation facility. During his recovery, Fritz was placed under conservatorship due to his inability to care for himself and his impaired decision making capabilities. It looks like things aren't going well for Fritz. However, we hope that he makes a quick recovery. But what are your thoughts on Frank Fritz? Do let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed watching this one. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.